Hello, I'm Alyssa, the head of content at Content at Scale, and I'm here to teach you another bite-sized lesson on the craft framework. And today I'm going to talk about C, which stands for Cutting the Fluff. So, you can't cut fluff if you don't know what it is. So let's talk about the definition of fluff. Fluff refers to unnecessary words or phrases in your content that add nothing to your overall message. Fluff makes your writing bloated, harder to read, and quite honestly, downright boring. Fluff saps the engagement factor from any blog, so removing it is vital. And in front of you, you will see the AIO Writer and Editor's Fluff Bible, and this is kind of a cheat sheet list of really common words and phrases that amount to fluff. For instance, a bunch of really common words that are fluffy include absolutely, completely, actually, even very can be fluffy if you use it excessively. For instance, if you said, "She is very pretty," there are more concise ways to say that are actually more descriptive. So instead of saying very pretty, you could say she is beautiful, she is lovely, she is gorgeous. So most of the time, fluff can be replaced with a stronger word or phrase that's shorter, it has more impact, and it's less beating around the bush, and it's more on target as to what you're describing. So if you're not a content writer or a copywriter, your fluff radar probably isn't buzzing at you anytime you read online content. So just kind of familiarizing yourself with lists of common fluffy words can help you find them and recognize them more easily when you're editing AI content. Because while the AI is better than it's ever been at creating content that reads well, it's still not perfect. And to be super honest, most humans, their instinct is to write in a fluffy way. And it takes some solid practice and editing before you can write concisely and really make it an effortless read for the person on the other end. Effortless writing is not effortless, as you will see. It's actually really hard to do. And that's why learning to cut the fluff is so important, because it really teaches you what you don't need in writing and what you do need to write more readably. So let's talk about fluff in a very specific case. I'm going to talk about this paragraph, and I'm going to be editing this for fluff exclusively, and I'm going to show you what that looks like. So there are a couple things we can focus on when we're cutting fluff. The first is to format the content correctly with proper spacing for readability. Breaking up big, long paragraphs will help you find fluff and cut it more easily, and it also makes your content easier to read. So anywhere you see a longer paragraph, look for the place where you can split it in half or split it into thirds. For instance, I can easily split this paragraph into 1/3 up here and now 2/3 is down here. I can separate this sentence and it's more readable this way. And then the next thing you do is you break up long or overly wordy sentences into smaller pieces. So a really long sentence is anything longer, I would say 15 to 20 words or longer is much, much too long for online content. So how would you break this into smaller pieces? If you read it out loud, you can usually kind of understand where a complete thought is ending and where another one is beginning. So if I read the sentence out loud, it says, utilizing analytics and reporting tools can help businesses make data-driven decisions to optimize their marketing strategies by providing insight into customer behavior. So the obvious pause for me is right here after decisions. So this is a complete thought. Utilizing analytics and reporting tools can help businesses make data-driven decisions. So that can be its own sentences, or its own sentence. And then this next bit, to optimize their marketing strategies by providing insight into customer behavior. We can turn this into a complete sentence. And so we'll have two smaller sentences versus one huge long one. These tools will help you optimize your marketing strategy by providing insight into customer behavior. And so that's two separate sentences, but note that I switched the wording to say you and to talk to the reader directly instead of about them. I have talked about this before. This is a good way to make your content more engaging, to speak directly to the reader. So since I did that in this sentence, I will edit this sentence to do the same thing, to speak directly to the reader. At the same time, I can cut some fluff here. We don't need this word at the beginning of this sentence. We can simply start off by saying analytics and reporting tools can help you make data-driven decisions about your business. These tools will help you optimize your marketing strategy by providing insight into customer behavior. So now we have two sentences directed to the reader instead of one long sentence that talks about your readers. And it's much less fluffy, and this will engage better than what was here before. So moving on to the last two sentences, let's look at where we can cut fluff here. So I can immediately see that we've got some repetitive wording here. These tools provide valuable insights into customer behavior. We literally said the same thing in the last sentence. These tools will help you optimize your marketing strategy by providing insight into customer behavior. So providing insight into customer behavior and provide valuable insights, it's the same thing. So I am going to cut this phrase completely. And then let's look at this last sentence. I can see we've got a transition that tells the reader we're going to talk about what's coming up. In this section, we will discuss the benefits of using analytics and reporting tools. So this wording is fine, but I think I'd like to make this a little more succinct and say next instead of in this section. I'm just going to reread the section from the beginning to make sure my wording is flowing, and if there are any edits I need to make regarding repetitive phrasing and flow. So it says, analytics and reporting tools can help you make data-driven decisions about your business. These tools will help you optimize your marketing strategy by providing insight into customer behavior. In this way, these tools will help you understand what works best for your target audience. Next, we will discuss the benefits of using analytics and reporting tools, popular options available in the market, and tips for choosing the right tool. So instead of saying this phrase over again, using analytics and reporting tools, I'm going to just remove that and put them. Because I'm already referencing the tools multiple times. I say these tools, analytics and reporting tools. The reader knows what I'm talking about, so I can just say them. Or I could cut this down even further and instead say their benefits. And then the last thing I'm going to do is just add in a contraction. That's a good way to make your content sound more conversational alongside cutting down words. So now this says, next we'll discuss their benefits, popular options available in the market, and tips for choosing the right tool. Now, it took me some time to do this, but that's because I was explaining as I did it. Usually an edit or a series of edits like this to turn one long paragraph into 2 short paragraphs with shorter sentences and no fluff. Usually these edits in total would probably take me 2 minutes to do at most. It's very, very quick once you understand what fluff looks like and how you can quickly edit it out. So if you're struggling to cut fluff, just know that the longer or the more you do it, the easier it gets and the quicker you get. So all I can say is practice, 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 and it will get easier. For more of these tutorials, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and watch the next craft training. We publish one bite-sized lesson every week.